Hello, welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss the extrusion metal forming process. Let us see what is extrusion and its types. First of all, a bit of theory. Extrusion is metal forming process in which billet is passed through a die to get required cross-section of component. It is a non-cutting process. The material will never cut in extrusion process like machining operation. This method is best suitable for production of fixed cross-section profile. Following are the types of extrusion processes. First is direct extrusion. Second, indirect extrusion. Third, impact extrusion. Fourth, hydrostatic extrusion. And the last is tube extrusion. Let us discuss all the extrusion types one by one. First is direct extrusion. Consider this cylindrical thick wall container has a circular cross section at the end. If we fill this container with material and apply some pressure by using hydraulic ram, then the material will come out through the circular cross section. The cross section provided at the end of the container is known as a die. The material which is to be extruded may be hot or cold. In case of hot material, it is heated above its recrystallization temperature, or it is heated up to 50 to 75% of its melting point. In cold extrusion process, the temperature of material will be nearly to the room temperature, or in some cases it can be heated to below its recrystallization temperature. In forward extrusion or direct extrusion process, the product flows in the same direction that the force is applied by ram. Next is indirect extrusion. What happens in indirect extrusion? The die is provided on the ram itself. When ram applies pressure on the billet, it will come out from the die provided on the ram. But in this case, the product flows in the opposite direction that the force is applied by the ram. In forward and reverse extrusion process, friction is present between billet and container wall, so power required will be more to overcome the friction. To minimize the friction between billet and container wall, lubrication is provided. Tremendous number of shapes can be produced by extrusion process. We can see circular, rectangular, L shape, etc. Impact extrusion process. This setup consists of punch and die as a major components. This process is best suitable for production of short length products. In this vertical arrangement, the punch will fall down with large magnitude of force, and the metal placed on die gets expanded in the clearance between die and punch. Next type, hydrostatic extrusion process. This process is very much similar with direct extrusion process. Only difference is that some liquid is used to transfer the force applied by the ram to the billet. Because of use of liquid, force exerted on the billet will be uniform. And the last is tube extrusion process. As the name is self-explanatory, this process is used for production of tubes. In this case, mandrel is attached to the ram. As the ram moves forward to apply pressure on the billet, the mandrel will close the center area of circular die and allows to flow the metal through the gap present between mandrel and die. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please write your valuable feedback in the comment section below. See you in the next video. This is all about extrusion processes. If you like to watch this type of videos, consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.